going to work on the Chev, and Myles is here, so we have to make him bust tires. I'm going to start by pulling the rears off here, and we'll get going. Did you guys see I got my new tires? Let's have a look. There we go. 616s right out of the wrappers. The shame of it is these have no miles on them, but they are too old. They're not round.
That's your hands now. That's it. You're gonna punch me. I'm gonna just hold them. That's it. You're gonna get them back. Nothing for you.
Thank you. All right. Here we go, Frankers. Go get me the tires. Nope, I'm busy.
Yeah, Frankers. Good girl.
You. There we go. Yeah. Unfortunately, these are 6 bolts, so we can't use my special that I saved just for this car. Keystone Classics with my road huggers. Those are sweet, but unfortunately we got to use the boring old original size. Because they have 6 bolts. Okay, Poo Poo Dog, you are not as helpful as you might think.
Smell that old air.
Oh, that's the tubes. We have to make sure we don't wreck them because I didn't buy new ones. Making sure we are not touching the tube.
Tube is down low still on this side. Touching the thing. Beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
I think we can get the tube out
get
now.
there and pull the tube right out. Yeah. Look at that. Mobile Deluxe.
That's pretty wicked.
Made
Like
USA.
new condition.
Yep.
Should be reusable, right?
Absolutely. Well, we have no choice.
We don't.
I only got 14 and 15 tubes.
Okay.
Okay, kill that guy. Okay, save these. Yeah, look at that. They just barely wore the nibs off, right? They just no miles on them, but they're... I don't want to make the mistake I made on the Fraser and try and skimp on the tires. Well, you see this here is inside there, but on this side, the lettering's all out here. So I want that on the inside, because that's where the white wall would go, right? So I want it like this. Okay,
easy.
Yeah, these are very easy. So I'm going to just inflate them just to get the wrinkles out of the tube.
Yeah. Nice. There we go.
Okay, look at that.
Woohoo!
She's 4.7. That's a
narrowest rim ever.
There we go, 4.7.
Nice.
All right, let's see what happens. Well, I was happy to find we did Dan's great big ones for his Ram Charger, and it's not bad.
Great big ones. It's got 31 going there.
And well, they were so big that you couldn't close the lid hardly.
Right.
Oh, look at that. They say 616 right in the tread.
Cool.
I didn't know that. Okay, where's all these weights that we got?
What do you need?
I need a 2 and a 1.
You get a 1 for the 2.
A 1 and a 1.5. See how that goes. And the little hammer thing.
Yeah, well, there's no big wobble to your setup like.
No, and I mean the car's not ever going to see the high side of 55 miles an hour. There, that's done. Done. I don't have a torque wrench. One of these days I got to get one.
I brought the wrong car. I left it in the trunk.
Yeah, I see you bought your modern car. It's only 20 years old.
It kind of has the option of wipers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I have multiple seed partners that will donate that if you need it.
That's so nice.
Great. Okay.
Nice old hot rod Chev.
Yeah. See what we're doing today.
Yeah.
You see, that doesn't
Got a
really
little-
fit very nice.
You got a little ouch going on there,
A little
eh?
damage there. I'm not as worried about that as I am about the way that it drops. You get a close up there. Watch when we open it. See, it falls down. And if you get straight on, you can see. Yeah, you can see it's
Yeah, the
like
lines
it's
don't
3/8 of
match
an
up
inch
at all.
down, right? And then when you close it, it kind of tries to pull itself back up,
Yeah.
but it never gets all the
Never
way.
gets there, right?
So
Yeah,
we can't
that's a
get
nice
that much
tight line.
tighter,
No.
but this is touching here. So we got to move this back about 1/8 of an inch, and that'll give us twice that here, which is all we need.
Okay.
But in order for that
Easy.
to happen, we're going to take this hinge off, straighten the hinge in the vise. I don't want to do it by jacking the door. I just don't really like doing that. I'd rather take the hinge off, so let's do that.
All right.
So that involves,
gonna take?
we have to open it wide, get all the bolts out of here, all the bolts out of there, and then we'll close the door, and then we should be able to slide the hinge out this way.
Okay.
That's the plan, so that's pretty easy.
Just a little bit of real steel, but not too bad.
And start getting really thin towards the side.
You have to pull that hinge out first.
Kind of hoping we can pull it out now.
A little pressure on the door, maybe. Oh, sneaky.
Is there any chance of getting that out of there? I don't think so. Oh, look at that. I was not expecting that.
Easily.
Well, it's not out
A little
yet.
pry
but
bar, maybe.
It's not out yet, but it would be the easiest door pin I've ever taken out.
Holy shit.
Remember on the Model T, we had to fucking heat them up and smash them with an axe?
Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to get this wrong, right?
Well,
So I'm going to go right there.
not moving.
Well, if it is moving, it's not moving very much. It's got to be a better way. Should we put it in the press? 'Cause I think it's just too strong.
Yeah. Yeah. What's her press? 10 ton or something?
Yeah.
More than we can hit with a hammer.
Well, it's just more controlled. Like if we put something here,
Yeah.
something there, and we press down on a socket or a piece of solid bar, like an extension or something. We just, so let's do that.
Okay.
This is too haywire. All right. So I'm going to try and heat it right there.
Down there, yeah.
Right down there. I'm going to go from this side.
And then I'm just ready to
And
go on.
yeah, and I'm holding it in a pretty good spot. So I'm just, the trouble is that the vise is going to soak up a lot of heat.
Yeah.
So,
It's going to take a minute or two.
yeah.
So what if it bends up higher?
Well, it's only going to bend more or less where we want it to. But we can't get much lower. Close side warming up,
Yeah, it's coming up.
far side.
Cooling down.
Okay, start putting some pressure on it.
I'm going to go right in the middle.
Yeah.
Brace the table. Tell me what you see.
Do you feel it moving?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna look. Go. Good. Good go. I think that'll do it.
Shitty if it's not.
Yes, I agree. But
Oh yeah, you definitely moved it.
yeah. Well, you notice the nice thing is we know we moved it exactly as far as we wanted.
Frankers eats out the thumbs all the time.
Frankers has eaten every glove.
Damn it,
she's
Frankers.
bad. She is a glove fucking pirate. Well, we will let this cool off. Okay. Just the tiniest little bend. You're never gonna see
I was
it.
really impressed that bent in the right spot. I thought those screw holes were really gonna mess with us.
I really thought so too. Well, I'm gonna go with that.
Do you want me to drop a pin in there?
Yeah,
Or hold this guy?
either way. We
Still
did
a
this.
little warm.
It's still warm for sure.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
I think we did it right and stuff.
good. Good to know.
I think it's bent the right way. Okay,
Okay, that's
pop that guy.
there goes nothing.
That's wicked. You can just do that, right?
Well, let's see if it worked. There is really no adjustment in these as far as I can see.
No, right?
So you really want to get it close. Yeah, all we have is in or out on the door. We don't get any forward, aft, or up or down. The only forward and aft is how we just did it with bending. Later cars are much easier to do. Okay, so first attempt. Pretty hard to tell because the washers are smaller than the heads of the bolt. So all we can tell is that it's not drastically off. Just give her the hardest slam you know.
Sure, yeah. That's the way we work.
Just give her the hardest slam you can. I mean, I'm going to wipe my hands off just to build the suspense. No, this car is so nice inside that I just can't de-wreck it. Okay, we need to move the latch up a tiny little bit.
I was thinking the winter jacket was a overkill on the way out, but now I'm fucking glad.
Yeah, good idea.
How was it?
Dude,
Come on.
it's all we gotta do. It jumps down now because the latch has been moved down before.
Oh.
So I'm gonna move the latch back up where it
Yeah.
belongs. And I think the worst we're gonna have to do is kind of,
Maybe, but what's our gap like in
it's
front now?
beautiful now, 1/8 inch.
Holy shit, dude.
Okay,
It's
bang
like
on.
we do this regularly
Almost
or
like we've
something.
done it before, yeah.
Nice. We should only buy these kind of cars now. We're too old for this shit.
Okay,
This full restoration.
says guy who
Just lined
just
up
bought
one.
another rotten
Idiot.
life sentence car.
But it was so cheap.
But I mean, that's, see, now when it closes, it's exactly, look at that, doesn't move at all. That couldn't be better, dude. That absolutely cannot be better than that.
Well, that's good. First time? Come on.
First try. Look at the way that fits, you guys. And that's with that's no oil on anything or nothing. Just, and you can't really see that we heated that up.
No, because it's all hidden.
It's all
right?
hidden, right?
And
We
the
got a
pin is
nice
painted, and that hides a lot of it too.
even gap. The pin hides it. The pin is in.
Well, it's really important to me that those
Yeah,
body
no, it
lines
has to
line
line
up.
up, right? Yeah, for sure. And once we get a little more time, I'll spend more time on the hood. But that really mattered. Because whenever somebody would look at the car, they'd be like, nice, and it would go clonk, and it would sit there, you know.
I'm going to
Now-
spend some time on my doors. A few of my vehicles got that going on.
Oh, a door fit is a huge thing, and it's a big job, too. That is really nice.
That's great.
You know, I was just going to wash this old DS and put it away, and I went to get in it, and I think I've reached my personal limit of what I can look at when I open the door of this car. And so this is it. Like, you know, at a certain point it stops looking careworn and starts looking worn. So I've decided, because I don't want to be without the car for the amount of time it's going to take to do the upholstery, so I'm going to pre-sew everything, and then hopefully, in my world of fantasies that don't happen, it's going to all just slide on there from just a pattern. So in order to get my pattern, I've got an extra DS seat here, so I'm going to disassemble this and measure this up for a pattern. Obviously it's been laying upside down for quite a while, and I'm gonna just sew just quickie too. Like, we're not, you know, no time for piping, no time for any fancy bullshit. I'm just gonna quickly sew something up that looks presentable, because this is a work car. This is not a fancy showpiece. This is a car that drives to the hardware store and gets lumber thrown in it, and you know, it's a beater. So, but I can't have it with the foam hanging out. It just looks too raunchy. I have some extra fabric that I had bought for the Fury that I decided against, and it's actually well suited to this car, I think. So I'm going to just sew at least the front seats for now. Yeah, I just want to get started on that. I don't think that the actual installation of the upholstery will take very long once they're sewn, and if we skip all the fancy stuff and just do them out of, I don't know, I might even just do them out of vinyl with fabric inserts, or do them all out of the same fabric. I don't know, but one way or another, this is just too, it's no longer presentable. Even for a beater, it just looks like shit. So I'm going to disassemble the seat, cut it up, and, you know, I'll maybe pick one day a week and start sewing. The Renault needs seats too, and this 59 Fury needs the seats fixed, and, you know, so I've certainly got plenty of upholstery projects to keep myself busy. They're all going to be so much easier than the Fury that it's all going to feel like just a vacation. I also want to try to salvage as much of this Buick interior when we get started on this. I would like to get away with just replacing the fabric inserts. And again, here's another one where the vinyl on the doors is savable, but the panels themselves are pretty rotten. So it'll be very similar to what we did on the Fury. I'd like to put this back looking original. But you're quite a mess, aren't you? Do you want out? Okay. Okay, it's sewing time. I'm inside, and I've got my fabric that I didn't use on the Fury, and I think that was the right choice. I'm really happy with the stuff I did use. However, this was really good quality stuff, and spent a fair amount of money on it because I couldn't find anything that I wanted more. But nevertheless, I've got probably four or five yards of this, and it's you know, I think it's actually quite appropriate for the DS. And I've got some blue vinyl. Let's have a quick look. Quite a heavy brocade type upholstery fabric, and I guess it's upside down, but you can see there's a kind of a fleur-de-lis theme to it, so I think pretty appropriate for a French car. And since my DS is just kind of for a laugh and it's kind of a beater, I thought, well, let's have a little fun. And I'm you know, actually pretty stoked to see how this looks when the car is finished. It was just sitting here going to waste, and the car literally has nothing to lose. I mean, you see all that ripped up foam. Nobody's gonna be able to convince me that this isn't better than that. So got that, and I bought a couple of yards of this dark blue vinyl, which is, I don't know, I think it's pretty reasonable to go with the outside of the car. So what I'm going to do is the sides of the seats will be in vinyl, and maybe the whole back seat police car style. I'm looking at you. Something that is fairly easy to clean and resistant to. So I'm going to get started cutting some patterns. I've chopped up the old seat, and I'm just going to trace everything out and do the best we can here in a very short amount of time. we go. In the interest of keeping things moving, I'm cutting both chairs at the same time. Very luckily, in the case of this particular car, the seats are identical and symmetrical, so that is making our job a little easier. Not the case with the 60 Fury, which was a 60/40 with quite an elaborate construction. This is very simple. Originally they had a kind of a pleated section in the middle here. In the interest of saving time, because this is a quickie, I'm going to run the pleats right through, just a lot faster than trying to turn a bunch of corners and a bunch of dead ends. Run it through. We got to keep it moving here. So the car was reupholstered once already, and that's what they did the first time, so I don't really feel that I've got to do it any better than it was. These guys, that'll go something like that. So there's the two colors together. And again, anybody who's not colorblind can feel free to do it their way. That's what I'm doing, and I think we'll have a laugh with that. I'm going to get started now quilting this. I've got some leftover padding and stuff. Thanks again to Tony, who donated it all from his Barracuda project, where he only used a bit of it. So I'm still going through it, buddy. Cheers. Go. I've decided to start with the backs for absolutely no reason at all. I guess because they're slightly bigger. I don't know, maybe I thought it would. No reason at all. This was on the top of the pile. That's what I'm doing. So that is a nice little bit of quilting there, and you know, just to make it look a little bit better than just a set of slip covers or whatever. So there we have it. I'll quit saying so. No, I probably won't, but nevertheless. How did I get such nice straight lines, you ask? There, that's how much of a piece of crap I am. I literally just took masking tape and ran it down the middle of the seat. 3 stripes, and so just on the outside of it. And there we go. I don't have any of that tailor's, whatever they use to mark it out, so I do have tape. That's what we're doing, and there we go. I think the top of the chair is here, so this will go like this, and then it all folds over this way, like that. You get the idea. I'm not getting fancy, no piping, but I'll do a quick top stitch. Why black thread, you ask? Because I have lots of it. This is a huge roll of thread, and it's really strong, and it came with the machine, and I don't know if I'll live long enough to use it all. So everything gets black thread. You know, I got to do something that's a lot easier to keep clean than, you know, white thread or gold thread would look nice, but black thread isn't going to give me any trouble. And, you know, I'm not really doing this to draw attention to my awesome stitching, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, we'll whistle one up here and see how she looks. Pretty happy with that, actually. This is just thrown on there, but this one is almost finished, and it's not installed yet. There's a bunch of you know, fine tuning to do to get it tight, but we can see that it's going to look actually pretty decent. Pretty happy with that. Quite a complicated seam down here that it splits to go around the hinge. This pulls this way, and it's captured by a metal panel here, and the bottom actually pulls underneath the hinge, and you pull it in from the back and tack it down that way. And at the back there's a wire that sews in here, and it gets hog ringed to the structure. These pull around, hog ringed here, those ears hog ring on there, and then the metal on the back, which I'll also do in blue vinyl. But yeah, for a real quickie, I'm pretty stoked. That should make the car just not look so derelict anyway. And yeah, well, hope you guys are not too bored watching a bare minimum amount of upholstery. I'll bring everybody up to date as the seats get finished and go in the car, and then I'll decide if I want to do the door panels as well, because of course they're not going to match this anymore. So that's how she goes. That's the only finishing I'm doing. Just a top stitch to kind of make it look like you tried. And again, we are really ripping through this. The Fury, I did it like one stitch at a time, and this thing I'm just kind of burp all the way through. So it's not going to be super fancy, but it's going to be a lot better than rips and foam and garbage. And it's Dean having your hair. There it is.
Yeah, not much of it. Yeah, nice and short for the summer.
Dean and I both got the same barber. Actually, I haven't had my hair cut in years.
Yeah, you're saving money. You're saving money at the barber shop.
Saving money.
Here comes Chevy. Oh, you got side exhaust.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Cool. Yeah, neat. Yeah, it's kind of you're hopping up the old man's jalopy over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
see?
Yeah.
Doesn't sag when you open it. Perfect. It is raining a bit.
A little bit.
Not too much. I'm gonna roll this window up, and then we're gonna take the other window out.
Yeah, we'll do the. Yeah,
you see, this window isn't broken.
Right. And like you said, to pass inspection, it needs to have proper.
Can't have broken windows. But how do you get the door panel off?
Yes. And the.
Oh, look, there's screws. There you go.
Really? This? Yeah. Okay.
So we take these screws out and then probably pull it away and lift it up. So
that's
what we'll be doing.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Common screws, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's raining.
A little bit, not bad.
Taking off the screws that have never been out.
You're right.
Yeah, look at.
Oh,
Still have brown paint on the top.
Good. So you're careful not to mark the paint or scrape it.
Wreck the screws.
Wreck the screws, yeah. Oh, okay.
It's definitely raining too much, dude.
Is it? Okay.
Well, no, I can't get this upholstery wet.
Oh, that's true too.
Right?
Damn it.
I'm just gonna. We'll just push it just inside the door.
We can push it, yeah.
No, I mean,
Oh.
run. I'll put it inside the door.
Okay.
And get these out of here. Let's see if we can get this garnish molding off.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out how to get all the handles off the panel.
That's another thing, yeah.
So, but we are very close to a drivable car here, so
Yeah, I'd say.
let's finish this baby up.
I would say.
I want to go for a drive.
Yes.
If we get this fixed, we'll go around the block. You were here when we drove it. Drive's really nice.
Yeah. There's the molding off the door, and here we are. And it was a tight fit in there. Because you're going to be so delicate of this upholstery.
Yeah, well, we did it. No damage. It looks like these are very similar to the ones that they used right up through the 70s with that little hairpin clip, you know?
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go get my hairpin clip.
Okay. This was really neat. So, standard little clips that go on with your rollers and your door handle. And this is neat too. The screws are hidden by this cute little flap. So that's cool. And then Scott's kind of just
Working my way down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these are just serrated nails that punch right into a slot in the door.
Oh,
So this is before they had those crosshair type. So
right. Okay. Scott's working on actually having to maybe remove this vent window, as you can see. Quite a tight fit for that glass. And she's out. Anybody out in Viewerland there want to give us some tips and tricks of how to clean this door panel? It's quite nice shape, just has a bit of staining. I was worried the steam cleaner might do damage, I don't know, but I'm not, professional detailer. Maybe one of you guys are. Cool, let us know. Here's our array of parts and tools and pieces. And
Vent window.
yeah, there's our Bailey channel and vent window support and screws and.
That's also vent window.
Cool.
That's vent. What are these?
Gotta fix cracked glass and reinstall. Pretty fun. First drive in the Chevy for me. This is great.
Yeah, well, I thought you didn't get a chance before.
Great.
And,
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this is good.
Now we got new tires. What else?
Oh, I bet it handles great now.
Well, it won't be worse.
Right. Low gear. Right on. So cool. Yeah, this is great.
She's pretty tall, eh?
Yeah, lots of headroom in this thing.
It's more like driving an old truck.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Neat.
Well, it drives nice with new tires.
That's great. One sun visor, not
No, this is bass, yeah.
bass.
This thing's bassy.
I like it though, yeah. It's not a radio delete, it's a radio car.
I think somebody put the radio in now.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a correct radio, but I doubt this car had it when it was new.
Oh yeah.
Gotta fix the squeaky pedals too. That's nothing.
Oh yeah, there's your heater box down there, hey?
I think Frankers likes it more than the Model T.
Yeah, I think so too.
She thinks the Model T is pretty fucking bouncy. The engine though, eh?
Oh,
For something
yeah.
we built it out of junk,
Oh
eh?
yeah. Oh, she's got some jam too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, remember how bad that valve was and everything?
Oh yeah. Quite low geared, I guess, eh?
Yeah, I think they're 411s.
Okay.
You know, for maximum acceleration.
Yeah.
These are kind of
Yeah.
55 mile an hour cars.
Yeah,
That's
you
all
know.
I'm gonna try.
That's right. Oh. Yeah, this is great.
Not a bad way to spend a few minutes.
Right?
Oh, I like the new tires.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, they're
This is a real handling machine now.
yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Right on. Great Chevrolet. This thing is just a treat. I bet you love driving it too.
Yeah. Oh, I like them all. It's just I just like that we fixed it.
Right. Right on, man. Thanks. That was great. And you're gonna bring it back inside, I guess.
I guess we might as well.
Yeah.
Still lots to keep doing.
Yeah, we can put the horns back on, like you said, or
Yeah.
fix your squeaky pedal.
Yeah. All of those things.
All of those things.
Blah, 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 blah.
Awesome, man. Thanks. That was really fun.
Yeah, it's cool, eh?
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy,
fun,
but that was
eh?
so fun, man. Yeah. That's
So, got a few things to do,
Yep.
but most
Sure.
of it's done. Wow.
It's coming together really nicely.
Yeah, except that we just keep taking it apart. But
Yeah, we had to.
hey guys, it's a beautiful afternoon. I'm going to pull the 37 Chevy outside, and we've got still a few things on the old checklist before we can take it in, get some exhaust put on, and then have it inspected. I think today we'll start tackling the wiper motor. That's probably, hopefully, a simple fix. If there's time, I want to see why the park brake is not working, and I think I know why. Probably got something to do with somebody who didn't adjust it properly. Let's get at it. As far as I can tell, the only problem with the wiper motor is that the little fitting has come out of it. that, and it's way up under the dash, so I don't know if I'll even try to film that, but we'll certainly film the failure when it doesn't actually fix it. But if it does fix it, there's, you know, even better, you know. The window's out of the other side. I dropped that off today. Thanks to Dean's help, we got that window out of there. And with any luck, we're getting together with Dean for an Edsel cruise very soon. So that I'm very excited about. I did drive the Edsel last year, and it's an absolute treat. Honestly, I had very low expectations, and the thing just drove unbelievably well. And it's not like that was a pampered car either. I guess, I mean, most regular Ford sedans would have driven roughly the same way, but that car drives so well. Pleasant surprises all around. This car also driving very well. So, I'm going to spend some more time in my favorite place, which is under the dashboard of old cars. Luckily, in this case, there's no mice, no nonsense. It's actually really nice under there, you know, as far as going underneath dashboards goes. Okay, enough bullshitting. Let's do it. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Ready? Let's see what happens. At least we know it'll start.
Yeah, it's better anyway.
Yeah. I can set that.
Yeah, exactly. And cut. Well, you gotta leave that in, huh?
Take fucking 200. Watch it start working now, just fucking wreck the windshield, man. Okay, I guess we'll keep working on it.
Okay, what are we doing?
For a light buzz,
well,
it's Ashley.
Yeah.
And what do we got today? Troublesome wiper motor.
Why?
Why me?
Old.
Because it's old, and vacuum wiper motors are sketchy at best. They're actually pretty good when they're not old and worn out, but since all of them are, here we go. So, all we know is that it doesn't work, and it doesn't leak when it's in the off position. So, we're not too worried about the valve, and I know the clockwork part, which is in here.
We heard
the
that.
little clicky clack part, that all seems okay. So we're suspecting the main flapper doodaddy is not sealing anymore for whatever reason. I hope it's not completely decomposed, because the rebuild kits for these are notoriously garbage. So we're going to rip into it and have a look.
Oh,
Stoked.
here we are. Super happy.
It's like, could have stayed home, but here I am. Here I am fixing
Oh,
this.
this will be fun. We're making it better.
We'll make it better.
We'll make
And
it better.
Has to work. We cannot get plates without
That's
wipers.
right. That's right. We need wipers. It's not our first one. Won't be our last one.
Well, it might be. I'm sure there's electric conversion kits, but we refuse to surrender to practicality.
We're not doing that.
No, we're just going to
Unless we have to.
We would rather waste a perfectly nice sunny day inside here working with this old garbage. I bet you we got wipers by the end of tonight.
I do too.
Of course, I bet we'd have them 20 minutes ago, and now here we are. Okay, rip into it. I'll be at the bar.
Oh God. What do we need? Drill bits?
Oh, no, those are just screws. Somebody had a great idea. What you do, you take a piece of brake line and you flatten it off, and then that
I remember that.
makes a little
I remember that.
Yeah, so let's do that. Special tool. I think I made it a little too tight. Just gonna... Beauty.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever in the comments suggested
Look
that,
at how well that worked.
kudos to you, buddy. Of course, the way I've attached it to these gigantic, clumsy pliers hasn't helped. But
Hey, it's working.
it's getting the screws out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
We will know in a minute or seconds. You got one short one there. Is there two shorties?
yeah, it looks like the shorties
Go
go over there where there's no... Okay. Okay, well, yeah, but I don't think it's touching. Okay, paying attention to how this goes.
I'm filming it, so yes.
See that? That little delicate.
Yeah, that's cool, eh?
So that's opening and closing. That little slot there
Yeah.
is directing the vacuum from one side to the other through this valve here.
Cool.
So as that slot flips back and forth. So usually that's not the problem, but it looks to me, and these things are not exactly like that precise, right? You can see it's
But it
just
would
a
have
cast.
to seal.
It does
Obviously.
have to seal, and I don't think it's sealing. So I'm going to take the front off.
We clean it, we re-grease it, because the grease will let it help
Yeah,
it
that'll
seal.
help it seal too, but it seems it's not even close.
Already, eh?
All right. Okay, here, if we lift this out of there. There. Now we can get this all out in one piece. I mean, it's certainly not great. Right? This almost looks like if we were to take these lumps, I wonder if that's corrosion or what.
Yeah, do you see it?
Yeah, all the bumps.
Yeah, and here too. Like, it's everywhere. Just weird.
This is the problem. If these blisters are not supposed to be here, then we are never going to get this to seal. They're surprisingly, in some ways, they're kind of, what I'm thinking is, first off, we just got to clean it a bit.
I think so. Let's clean it.
Yeah, let's clean it. This surface here is supposed to be pretty clean, and it's pretty pitted up. All of the pot metal on this thing seems to be half decomposed, so I'm going to go and I'm going to clean up this surface, which is quite, it's got all these bumps and lumps and I don't know what it is. It's basically just pot metal decomposing by the looks of it. But that is supposed to be an airtight seal, and it's not even close. So I'm going to start with that. We're going to try dressing up the little flapper thing a bit too. I don't know, there's not much we can do. I've ordered rebuild kits for these before once for a Model A, and the little flapper it came with was such a piece of shit that we just fixed the original one. So I'm not waiting 6 weeks to get a piece of garbage. Everything clockwork wise is good. It's just these 3 machine surfaces have to be cleaned up a bit, or at least made a little better than that. So I'm going to go try that. You can see all those pock marks in there. So that's what we're going to try. No idea. We're just going to do the best we can here.
We live?
No swearing.
No
Yeah,
swearing.
right. Careful.
Nope.
You're on the wrong
Wrong
show for
channel?
not swearing, yeah. Wrong fucking channel.
Geez, I hope a big wind doesn't.
Yeah. Don't. Unless you got one of these at home. No joking around.
He probably does.
Yeah, you probably do in your garage there.
It looks good.
Does
eh?
the funky
Doesn't
music
it?
start now?
Oh yeah, funky music for the wiper motor, yeah. And we filed the top of this. It was quite, what's the opposite of straight? Quite not straight.
Crooked?
Yeah,
Jagged.
it was not
Rough.
straight. All right, we're gonna go to the bar and Tom's gonna put that together.
Yeah,
Cheers, buddy.
okay.
Okay, Tom, let
Sure.
us know, man.
Okay,
You want a hammer? Or?
but you'll have too many parts here. Just put the lid on it. And
Put all the parts inside and screw
Yeah.
the lid on.
Screw the lid on.
That's how it usually goes. So the clockwork
might
side
have
is
to
here.
put
Maybe put a
wrap some
little,
rubber around it.
put a little in the
Put
the
it-
wear spots there. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I would. Yeah, I'd do that.
You agree?
Yeah.
Fuck's sakes.
Might have to glue some tires on there or something, you know, to get a good suction. Huh?
Good thing nothing would get done without all these good ideas. Where did
Yeah.
this go?
Well, that I don't know. Good thing it's on film. That fell apart when that came apart when you were disassembling it, and it kind of...
You might have to view this over again. Hey?
Don't make me watch this.
Oh. How do you hook this hose up to this? Like, you can't hook a hose up to a squirter? Like,
It's the same thing as you, hey, how do I turn this washing machine on? It's the same goddamn thing. We both know we know how to do it.
I don't.
Neither do I. I'll throw them in the machine and say, here, tell me I didn't
Put her
help.
on fast or whatever. Let her go.
Put it on close enough. Yeah. All right.
Is that you?
Rolling.
In front of the car because he's probably got it in gear.
He does that to you, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then we laugh and laugh and laugh.
Tries to run over me all the time.
Clear.
Yep. Okay, let's try it.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's really great. Oh, it actually pushes pretty good too. You gotta pinch your finger right to the parts. Slam. On.
Oh, right on.
Hey.
Right on.
Slam. Awesome. All right. As long as we don't go up any hills.
All right, what are we doing today?
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
It's wiper
welcome
time.
back.
Welcome back to wiper time. Woo! Try to control yourselves as we turn the wipers on. I'm gonna put some rain on here,
Nice.
just in case the thing barely works. Then at least it gets us through the cinematic portion of the repair. See if she'll start. At least there's probably 20 things that are still wrong.
It doesn't look right. I see.
So
what
all
you're
you gotta
saying.
do is take that spring off.
And then flip. Well, let's try that. You ready? Yeah, you did that one. That's good.
That fits perfectly.
And there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do whatever it takes. We gotta get the shot.
They work. Yeah.
Let's do them in stop motion.
Speed it up. Speed it up.
And then in the middle, the hand is there. Yeah. It's gone.
Yeah, then it's gone.
Well, that's too bad. I thought we really had it.
Okay, this is it. I'm trying this one more time, and then I'm going inside anyway. There's a little flapper in there, and it has kind of a rubber leather gasket on there, and of course that has shrunk up and decomposed over the years. And the zinc casting itself had all those weird bubbles in it, so it's, who knows what's going on with that. So I ended up kind of sanding the inside of the thing, and then it kind of worked, but not really, so it was better. I ended up pinching the metal leaves that hold the rubber thing. I pinched them together and it kind of squished the rubber out. Just needed like 10 thou, and when I did that, it was close. Still didn't work. There was one spot I missed, so I went back and did that. And after testing it that many times, there we go. Voila, easy. Anyway, that's got to work for inspection. Everything has to work. So, vacuum wipers, awesome. I mean, it's awesome that they work. They never work really well, and the car's never going to get driven in the rain if I can help it. Nevertheless, it all has to work. So, thanks for joining us on the vacuum wiper adventure. What a gong show. I don't know, I have to laugh at how I thought that I was just going to plug the hose back in and they were going to work. Nevertheless, progress. Thanks so much. We're going to carry on with something else. All right,
Yep. Okay. Well,
get your funny little rice car out of here.
yeah. Little rice rocket.
Your funny little rice rocket. We don't need any of that nonsense. Kids in your roof racks. You sporty kids. Good to see you. Thanks so much for the help, man. Yeah, good. Worked good. Yeah, see you later, man. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the show this week. We do appreciate that anybody would sit through an hour of this, and it really does mean a lot to us if you would hit the like button or the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you think you're subscribed, as always, please double check. It really does make a big difference. Much appreciated. And if you're not subscribed, please consider. It doesn't cost anything, obviously, and it really does help us stay afloat in a gigantic sea of YouTube chaos. And of course, thanks as always to the patrons of the show who literally make it possible to keep doing this. There's just no way that we could put this amount of time in without you guys. The show is for you. It really does make the difference. So if anybody wants to consider joining us up on that, that would be very much appreciated. It is actually how we keep the show on the air. There's not enough ad revenue from a show like this, which is done really without compromise. You guys make it possible to do the show that we want and not the show that YouTube wants. Franker says, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment, because Frankers likes to read all the comments, right? Frankers also just wants to get down, I think. Do you want to just get down? Okay. See you later. Alright guys, thanks so much. We're out of here. Got a lot more coming on the Chev and the Model T, and 3 Plymouth Furies that all need continued work, and well, just the usual bullshit, right? Okay, thanks so much. See everybody soon. Bye bye. Is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.